Okay, there we go. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Move the chat box over here. Kind of hard to see the chat box. What if I put a box? Color source. Oh, hell yeah. Put that underneath the chat box. Whoa, look at us. Okay, let me lock that. Hello, hello. Give me 1 second, guys. Is the music too loud? Properties. I feel like, is my audio only coming in through one headphone? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no audio. I don't believe you. Yeah, it is only coming in through one headphone. It's fine. Guys, it's only coming in through one headphone. What's that about? Filters. I guess it should be on mono, huh? And it might be on speakers. Audio, yeah, it's on stereo. Okay. That's strange. I'm using a new mic setup. Oh, you can't change it. Audio. It's fine, but it's only in your left ear. That's not fine. Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering how I fixed that. It's not fine. Correct, dude. Correct. Give me 1 second. Here, I'll put the music back on. See, music's coming in stereo. It might be. Yeah, it's only on the left speaker. I wonder if it's. I'm using a new interface. Give me 1 second, guys. And actually, I think I'm going to turn it up. I think I'm a little too quiet. Monitor. No. It's not on the interface. Jason looking skinny? It's just the angle, I assure you. Here, let me pop up chat. There we go. Man, probably should have set all this up beforehand, huh, guys? Let me see. Okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. We're gonna make this black box bigger. That's gonna stay. 20 by 1080. No, if we do 1920, let's do 1,000, and then let's do 2,000. There we go. Then I can stretch that bad boy a little bit. Better than nothing. But can I change the opacity? I can change the darkness. That doesn't help it. I can't believe you can't change the opacity. Where's Brownie? Brownie was just in here, actually. Just moments ago, he was in here. You just missed him. You just missed him. Okay, that can get locked. Chat box is looking on fleek. The pop-up chat, I move a lot. Okay, let me figure out the mic. Why is the mic only going through one channel. Why is the mic? I don't think I can change it once I'm streaming. Now here's what I can do. Drag him back into the room. He'll come in here. Once he sees that there's stuff going on, he'll come back. Once he hears that like things are looking pretty busy in here, he will come back. Happy New Year, Jason. Happy New Year to you too, Sam. Hope it's going good. Properties. Filters. Mono. So I'd like to set the mic to mono. But because OBS is already in stereo, I can't change it while I'm streaming, right? Like that's the problem. If I wasn't streaming, no problem. It's the fact that I've already started the stream that it doesn't like it. Here, how to change from stereo to mono while streaming on OBS. Because I know it doesn't matter too much, but yeah, no. It would be very annoying to have the whole stream be in one ear. Okay, locate the audio mixer. Okay, open advanced properties. I cannot. Oh, here we go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think we're right. Oh, there it is. Boom. How is that? So much better, right? So much better. And is the music too loud? This is, for all of you who are new to the stream, this is an everyday thing. Every stream starts off with troubleshooting and making sure the levels are fine. But we should be good. Much better. Yes, yes. We're good, guys. We did it. Would be decently funny, not gonna lie. I agree. There is a portion of me that thinks like random technical issues are kind of funny sometimes. And then there's other parts of me that are like, it's amateur. Like how could you let that happen? It's so amateur. You know what I mean? Because I should know better. I truly should know better. Unless you're talking about the cat thing, but yeah, I'm not, because yeah, you said also cruel, so I think you're talking about dragging Brownie in here. Brownie, I'm sure he'll come back. Truly, he comes back pretty often, especially when he hears there's like things going on in here. Yeah, he'll come back. How is everyone doing? Good to see y'all. I see Rob, Ant-Man, JT Bivens. What's up, guys? Ethan McFly shouting out my hat. Sam. Yo, bro, can you tell me the best PC for only 300 quid, please? Need one ASAP. I cannot. Mostly because you're in the UK, I'm assuming, and I don't know the prices of stuff. Especially, you're not buying one brand new for $300 or 300 quid, just being honest. And right now, RAM prices are so messed up, I don't even know your market. So unfortunately, if you need a PC ASAP, I'm assuming it's not for gaming, you could probably go out and buy a mini PC, and that'll hold you over for now. It's a pretty good little Windows PC, even if it's like a N100 or something. But yeah, for gaming, I don't know enough about your market, unfortunately. Especially if it's ASAP. If it's ASAP, sorry. Can't be done. Reluctant Hero, what's up, man? Good to see you. Reluctant Hero, I saw you in PC Tech Hustles chat earlier. You are everywhere, man. You're a real one. What's up, gamers? What's up, Grant? Once things start going on, he will come by to jump on the keyboard and mess it all up. That's exactly what happens. Beat for beat, that is exactly what's going to happen. At this point, it'll probably be whatever you can get within reason for 300. That's pretty much the answer, unfortunately. You hit it on the head. Oops. It's just whatever you can get within reason, because frankly, it's just a little bit too difficult, and I can't say it's the best, right? Because I don't know if it's the best right now, especially because different markets and like, yeah, it sucks. That's just how things are right now. Let me move this guy over, unless it's blocked. Here we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What can I say? I like chill creators. That's a good one, man. I think PC Tech Hustle is pretty chill. I like him too. I do see that a lot though. I will see like the same people in different chats. And I think you see that a lot because obviously people are gonna have, it's not like this is the creator I watch for PC tech and this is the creator I watch for cars and this, you know what I mean? It's like, this is one of my hobbies and this is one of the things I like. Here are a bunch of creators I like, right? And so that's just how it is. Because I do see a lot of the similar names in different live chats or even like YouTube comments. It's really weird whenever I will see, I'll be watching a video from like 10 years ago or something, and it's like not PC related sometimes, and I'll see a name that I recognize from my comments or from the live chat. I'm just like, that's crazy, dude. That was like 10 years ago. Like, and you've been, you know, they've been commenting that long. Very, very, very crazy. Very cool though. 300 a year ago would have been somewhat doable. Not now, unfortunately, though. Yeah, it wouldn't be. I mean, it's doable. It depends on your market, of course, and how lucky you are. But it is, while it was difficult but doable, now it's like extremely difficult. Like you would have to be very lucky, and yeah, it'd be tough. It's tough. I see a hero. He appears all the time, ready to join the grind to save the PC from Brownie. Man, I miss Oz Talks. No idea what happened to him, but he was pretty damn chill. Yeah, Oz is a pretty chill guy. Last I heard, I talked to him like a year ago. I believe he has, I'm not going to say too much because I really can't remember. I just know he has a lot of stuff in his personal life going on in which it takes up a lot of his time. Yeah. And I think he had to leave the country for a little bit. I'm not sure why. But what I do know is that he's not like, you know, oh, I quit YouTube. I don't think that's in his head. I think it's more or less kind of like, like, this is just how it is right now, unfortunately. So I agree. Yeah. Hopefully he comes back. He was quite chill. Let me get this stuff off my desktop for now. Okay, if you have not submitted your desk, I think you guys should. We're going to get started in a little bit. As we go on, more people are going to join, and then they're going to submit their desks right as they join. So if you're here now, I would suggest you post some pictures of your setup and be thorough. I want many pictures. I want good details of what you got, and I want to know everything. Don't just take one dark photo of your room and that's it, because people have already done that and I'm already mad. So more pictures, better. Show off what's on your walls. Show off a bunch of random stuff. That's awesome. What's wrong with that? I would love to see all of that. Oz was in Danny's big collab video, and he mentioned that he was overseas in his clip. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, yeah. So he's not completely gone, but he, yeah, I guess he's just got personal stuff going on. He's one of those creators that's done that a lot, though, where he'll kind of disappear for a while and then come back for a little bit and then disappear again. So that could just be in his purview. Dark photo flashback. My gosh. People who post dark photos where all you can see is the light of the monitor and the RGB on the computer. I'm like, dude, I can't see anything. I'm like, turn on your lights, please. Like, I can't see. Help me. Yeah, so we'll get started with that in a little bit, but I want to get more opportunity, because what's going to happen is that people are going to come in and then they're going to submit it, and I'm going to be like, we're done with this, and they go, no, please do mine, please, you know. And that's what happens. It's cool. Oz is on his spiritual journey. Could be. I took new ones, don't worry. Oh, are you one of the people who did dark ones? Good. Love it. You're not the only one, so don't feel too offended. There was a couple of people, especially the last time I did this. For anyone who wasn't here last time, man, some of the photos were like a single photo, no description, and all you can see is the glow of a monitor and like a light up keyboard. I'm like, what am I even looking at, dude? What is this? I put in a submission. I actually wanted to post a darker picture, but my blackout curtain was only partially doing its job. LOL. Well, thank you. Shout out your blackout curtain. But I did get a new microphone, so hopefully this is sounding a little better. This is the evolution of the AT 2020. This is the AT 2040, I think. So it's just like the next one. And it's pretty good, I think. I've been mostly recording YouTube shorts with it, and I think it does a good job. But previously I was using that Fifine mic, which is fine. It's fine even. But it was using USB, and so now I'm using XLR, which requires an interface. And so that means I have to learn how to use the interface better, although this one's pretty simple. So I don't have to mess with it too much, but that does add like another kink in the chain that could go wrong. So we'll see, but it's been going pretty good if y'all are into audio. And I should have a noise suppression on it right now through OBS, so you don't have to hear my air conditioning or meowing or whatever's in the background. So hopefully it's a little better. Dun, 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 dun. There's my guy. What's up, Dylan? What's up, brother? How's it going? Are you going to submit your setup again? Has it changed at all? I know last time you were kind of like at a leftover desk or something from your house, and it wasn't very big. I hope the snow in the background of the picture adds bonus points. I think it might. I can't remember. From what I understand, if I'm looking at a picture like that, you shouldn't get points for what the outside world is in, but sometimes you do. So we'll see. Yeah, let me post one. Awesome. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been uploading a lot of YouTube shorts, which has been interesting. I really am not good at shorts, but I've been really trying to consistently post at least a few a week. And I've been doing this thing where I kind of like pick a benchmarking topic and see what I can fit within 60 seconds or 90 seconds. And so the ones I've been doing are things like how many frames can you get using frame generation? And so in 60 seconds, I'll kind of explain what frame generation is, show native benchmark, then show DLSS performance, and then I'll go crazy with DLSS ultra performance frame generation 4x, right? And so I try to fit all of that within 60 to 90 seconds. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Or like, what works better, or how much performance can you expect to lose with using 1 stick of RAM or 2 sticks of RAM? Like little things like that. And I've been trying to do a bunch of YouTube shorts for me because I feel like maybe that could be my niche in shorts, because I don't have to film my face for those. Although I'm starting to think maybe I should, because people latch on to faces more so than they just a voice. You know what I mean? So I might shoot an intro with my face going forward, but we'll see. The numbers have been okay. I think as long as the YouTube short doesn't get like 200 views, I'm okay with it getting not that many views, because I'm still trying to figure out. It's like a totally different algorithm from the main videos. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But these shorts are not that difficult to make. I can do it all. I can go from idea to benchmark to editing within like 2 hours tops. And that's like for the whole thing. So it's not too bad. And so if they continue to do okay, I might try to crank out more. And like maybe I'll spend like Mondays just making like 5 shorts. And that's what I'll do. But what's cool is that if it's within the same niche or the same content, so if I'm like doing DLSS, I can batch make them. So I can just do like 5 of that one topic and then record 5 audios. Well, write the script obviously, but they're kind of similar. You know what I mean? And then, so like making one might make 2 hours, but making 2 is more like going to be like 3 hours. Does that make sense? So it like, you get some of that time back. So I think going forward, maybe I'll like just dedicate one day to just making like 5 shorts or something. If these continue to do okay, and maybe, I don't know, carve out a little niche there. Here in Europe, people don't really care what phone you have, so I just have this phone that I honestly keep because I've become attached to it, but it has a decently horrid camera, LMAO. That's interesting. I would say in America, no one cares what phone you have, as long as you're not a teenager. That's kind of the thing. Teenagers do care big time, and you better have an Apple. And in China, I know for sure they really do care. In China, people will judge you over what phone you have more so than like the content of your character, which is a shame, but it is kind of the way it is. How do I refresh this? Therefore, they're not awesome pictures. It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I'm glad I was able to make the stream today because I got horribly sick yesterday. And what sucks is that we had big plans to go out and do some stuff yesterday and go to like this arcade that's new in our city, and you know, we had it all, throw it away. What ended up happening is that every so often, this is like once a year, maybe twice a year, since 10 years going now almost. It's like 9 years it's been happening. And it's the exact same every time. And it happens every time. And I've talked to doctors about it, and they just don't seem to care. Here's how it goes from start to finish. And it's almost exactly 24 hours. Okay, I will start to be very cold. Like so cold that I'm like shaking. Like I cannot control my shakes. I'll start to feel very tired, very lethargic at the same time. And then I'll start to feel very sore. My skin and my muscles become very sore. And then I will generate rashes all over my body, particularly in the exact same spots every time. And they are completely covered by my shirt because it's mostly like my stomach and chest area. That's where most of the rashes. And then I'll also get them on my sides as well, like on my waist, and then my stomach and my chest. And that's where I'll get horrible rashes. Like they hurt to touch. I don't even know if it's a rash. It's just red and like stingy, and it's horrible. And then I'll generate a fever. Generally, the fever will be like 39 degrees or something Celsius, which is like 102, 103 Fahrenheit. And it'll be like that for about 24 hours. Like it comes and goes during the 24 hours, but the fever is pretty consistent during the whole time. And the soreness is there, and the cold is there. And it's like I'm completely out of it for like a whole day. And then the next day I'm like, the fever's gone generally. So right now I don't have a fever, but the rashes are still there, and they take about a week to heal. So I'll be rashy for like a week, and it'll hurt. It'll be very sore, and I'll feel very tired, but not like lethargic. And I'll feel very sore, like I got beat up for like a week. Right. So the worst of it's over. That was yesterday. And now I'm in the recovery phase for a week where I just feel sore and tired, and I'm just like a normal cold, I suppose. Yeah, that sucks. It happens about once or twice a year. It's not fun. And I don't really know what's going on. But I've spoken to doctors about it, and they just, every time it's always like, yeah, that's just what happens when you get a fever. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. That doesn't seem right. But it happens so infrequently that it's like not that big a deal. I think it's gotten better too. I think we've moved on to like once a year, which has been nice. But I'm doing a little bit better right now. How do I refresh this? Reload. Just curious, no rash on the feet though. That's very interesting. Yeah, no, not on my feet. It is particularly on my my chest and my stomach and my sides, like on my waist. Dan, do they charge you for checkups and tests in the U.S.? Yeah, we don't have free healthcare, so you got to pay. When I text you, the bubble better not be green. I've heard someone say they have had bad luck on dating sites because whenever they'll text in the app and they go, okay, let's exchange numbers, and I've heard them say like, ew, green bubble, and then block them. I'm like, oh my gosh, they literally like don't want to talk to someone. And I've also heard that having a green bubble gives off like Indian scammer vibes. Like the only reason somebody would have an Android is because you're like a scammer and can't afford an iPhone or something, which is pretty stupid. Wouldn't scammers have money? It's pretty funny. When does the roasting begin? We'll start in a few minutes. I just want to give people a little bit of chance to come in and post their setups. Here, actually, maybe I can put that text back on screen. This one? And then I can make the background darker. Look at that. Guys, we are owning this stream thing. It's so easy. Except I wish this over here. I wish that wasn't just black, but you know, it is what it is. I don't need to see my room. RYPC? What does this mean? Oh, roast your PC. Got it. Nailed it. I figured it out. Let me move this stuff over because I'm gonna have to show this desktop and I don't want to reveal too much. I use Android and yet people around me still act like I have a weak knockoff phone. It literally costs as much as their phones do, as their iPhones. That is very true. Even in like, I want to say like 2019, I did have an Android phone and people at my work, they're all iPhone users. And whenever I showed, they're like, what phone is that? I'm like, oh, it's the XYZ Android phone. And they go, oh, I don't know how you do it, man. I have to have my iPhone. I would be useless without my calendar or emails. I'm like, what do you think an Android phone is? Like, I think they think Android phones are not smartphones. I could not believe it. Like that really opened my mind as to what normies believe in. It's like crazy. I'm like, dude, you know, Android, like there are cheap Android phones for sure, but even like cheap Android phones can do everything that a normal phone can do, or like a flagship phone can do. You know what I mean? Like it can still send emails, play games, do all that calendar stuff. Like you could spend $200 on a phone. It's going to do that stuff. And what's funny is that normies don't even do any of that, like the high end stuff that you would need a phone for. Like if you're extreme gaming or anything like that, like, and the cameras are nicer, obviously, and the screen's nicer, but all that stuff that they're talking about, you can do on like $100 phone these days. It's so funny. That's so crazy. Okay, how do I do this without doxing people? Oh, I can hide all of these. There we go. My girlfriend uses an iPhone and thought I was some sort of smart hacker because I was playing music on Spotify from my phone's local file. That's awesome. There's two kinds of people, iPhone people and normal people. while iPhone is just a better camera with no new features, and they say Android is bad. But there are Android phones with really good cameras. You know what I mean? It's being Android or being iPhone doesn't make the camera better. It is purely the cost of the phone. Like if you spend $1,000 on an Android phone, I'm sure you can get a really good camera. I've heard that the software is better on iPhone, but it's still good on the flagship Androids. I just had to explain to her that I just had to explain that to her actually the other day. She didn't know phones could be less than like $800. Yeah, that's very true. A lot of people truly only understand flagships. Like they only know whatever the newest iPhone is or the newest Galaxy is. There's a lot of people that believe there are only two types of phones. You either own an iPhone or you own a Galaxy, and that's it. Like those are the two choices. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let me check this other. I don't need this really. Let me make this smaller. How is the software better if they get hacked more than Android on a yearly basis? I mean the camera software. So on iPhone, from what I've heard from people like MKBHD and other top people, is that the software that they use to process photos on the iPhone's camera is a really important thing. So that's why you take a phone like a Xiaomi phone, right, that technically has like the better camera, right? Like in terms of hardware specs, the screen and the battery and the camera should be better. And yet the Xiaomi phone's battery burns way faster than the iPhone. The photos look worse, even though like technically on paper it should be better and the screen colors are worse. So just like on paper, having things that are better does not necessarily tell the whole story, because the post-processing on the iPhone's camera is better. Well, subjectively better. It's just it depends who you are. But many people who are big into cell phones, they know that stuff. And so I believe them. Until I bust out my Galaxy S24 Ultra and start emulating console games. I then take a better picture and change my ringtone in real time, and then for some reason they still don't care. Look, Dylan, I'm just going to say this. You could spend $2,000 on your little Android device and you're still a poor. Okay? That's just how it is. I mean, if you have more Apple devices, it is really comfortable to have an iPhone. But if not, I'd just send that money on a good Google Pixel or Samsung. For sure. I mean, and that's one thing you hear all the time from content creators and people, is that the ecosystem, right? The Apple ecosystem. And it is really comfortable. And the more you add to it, it is nice. Like, it is really nice. Having AirPods automatically connect and not have to fumble around with Bluetooth every time, that's a really good feeling. Things connecting seamlessly and being able to send stuff and AirDrop, like, it's super nice. And the more you add to it, it does make it nice. iOS can be very efficient and easy to use. I think Android is pretty much better in every other way. I don't judge people who use iPhones, but my problem is when they act like Android is objectively worse. Yeah, fair. I think they both have their pros and cons. I would say I have an iPhone, but I've used Androids for a long time, and it's funny, the main reason I have an iPhone is because everyone I know has an iPhone. Does that make sense? So like the people I text, it's not very many, it's mostly family, and my wife, they have an iPhone. So being able to FaceTime each other painstakingly is nice, and having an easy chat box that's using iMessage is very nice. iMessage is very cool. I wish we didn't have these. I wish everything just worked. But that is kind of how it is, unfortunately. The Samsung ecosystem does the same thing. Dude, I've not to poo-poo on Samsung, but I've tried their ecosystem. It's not as seamless. It's not the same thing. They're getting there. RAM is getting higher in prices, and it's making it very hard to build PCs for a lot of folks. You think DDR3 can make a comeback? Just curious, for I said the other day it may come back. I think DDR4 will make a comeback. DDR3, I don't think so. Unless things get worse. Because right now, think about it, like DDR5 is very expensive. It's like 4 or 5 times the cost. DDR4 is like 2 times the cost, right? I would think the fall off in like how much old tech you have to revitalize, it'd be one thing if it was just the RAM, right? And so if everything else was the same and then you just had to use old RAM, so like you have like a DDR5 machine, but you were somehow able to use DDR3 RAM, it's possible. But the fact that if you want to use DDR3 RAM, now you have to get a compatible motherboard and then you have to get a compatible CPU, right? And so like now you have different components that are being affected by that one thing. I would never go that far back and have to deal with all that just to save $100 on my RAM. You know what I mean? Like I would just spend the extra money to stay into a modern ecosystem, even if it's like, even if it means like spending $100 more than I would on DDR4 RAM, I would never go back to DDR3. Now, if it was like, yeah, no, because then you still have to buy the CPU and you still have to buy the motherboard. I don't think so. I think what we're going to see is people holding on to their machines, and they might be DDR3 for a little bit longer. But or we might see people start utilizing cloud more often until they can afford the PC, or, you know, there's a lot of options. But I just don't think DDR3 is going to come back. DDR4, I meant it was a typo. Okay, then yeah, I think so. I think even like some people are saying they're making new boards. Yeah, Asus is making new boards that use DDR4 and DDR5. Yeah, I think a lot of manufacturers are starting to bring back some DDR4. And AM4 never left. It's always been here. So, yeah, I think so. AMD's making new AM4 Ryzen 5 X3D chips. Very cool. The issue with DDR3 is that no CPUs that use DDR3 can use Windows 11. Also a good point, especially for normies. DDR3 is way too old to even utilize Windows 11 properly, so it wouldn't work. For new builds, for they are limited. Yeah, I understand what you mean. My phone controls my tablet, TV, fridge, thermostat, and believe it or not, my dishwasher. Nice. That's a smart home. The only Apple thingy I have is a Mac Mini. Music-wise, Apple is very good. I see. DDR4 is like $110 for a 2x8 kit from Silicon Power here in Europe. Yeah. It's getting pretty crazy. Apple's like the console phones. They're easy to use, convenient to use, and have a shiny brand logo attached to them. That's why so many people in America think there's literally no other choice. Yeah, pretty much it. But it's also like for normies don't really care about that stuff. Like they don't care about the things that would make Android better. They care about what's easy to use and what's available and what's famous. Like what is more popular. It's like, oh, everyone's using an iPhone. Okay, well then that's probably the better one. I want what everyone else is using because I don't know about technology, but they do. So people just go with that usually. Both of my systems have DDR5 RAM. If I made a new reasonable system today, though, I probably wouldn't even consider anything other than AM4. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. It is pretty bad. Okay, let's do some roasting, guys. And if people come in later, they can do their stuff first. Is this gonna work? Whoa, it worked. Hey, look at us. And the music's still there and everything, kind of. Let's see. Oh, but the chat box is gone. Is this the box? Oh, yeah. I'm considering mostly my setup, but I'm hesitant. Dude, don't be hesitant. Look, you watch me do one of them, and you're going to go, oh, that wasn't too bad. I say roast because it's funnier to say roast, but I'm not actually roasting, guys. I might be a little bit funny, but I'm not going to sit here and, like, destroy the stuff y'all say, or the stuff y'all post, okay? It's just, we're all having fun here. Let me move this stuff over. Actually, I can just make it small. I don't need to see it that big. And lock. Or don't, whatever. Okay, let's do the first one. So many broken links. What the heck? Oh, I think because they're all old. All right, let's do one from Pickles. I'm guessing Pickles is what about this? Even though I told you to change your Discord name. Let's see. You know, just 1 second. I'll post it. Couldn't hurt. Yeah, no problem. Okay. We're going to do the first one is from Pickles. And Pickles, I already yelled at them for posting dark photos, so I will show what they posted first. Actually, y'all don't need to see my face. Let's look at this picture. Oops. Okay, that's getting locked. I want to move the pop-up chat. Okay, this is from Pickles. And just from looking at this PC, looks fine. The CPU cooler is blue while the other ones are red. But it talks about that in the post, so we'll check that out. And this is another one of those dark-ass photos. You can't see anything. That's fine. Pickles is using a wallpaper that is the default Windows 11 wallpaper, but is red instead of blue. So they went out of their way to find that. Unless that's one of the default themes. Which, if that's true, it's pretty cool. Do they do that? Let me see. Themes. No, not default. But still, pretty interesting. Okay, go here. Okay, then I yelled at them for posting dark photos. It said this one is better. It's 100 times smaller. It's not better. It's actually worse. Okay, then we got this one. Much better. I tried to, but it's like 3 a.m. not trying to wake up the others' residents in my property. Just say your parents, okay? Don't try to pretend. Okay, in this shot, we get a little bit more. We get to see there's a webcam mounted, a piece of paper attached to the wall, a bug. Y'all can't see my cursor, huh? I think we need some cursor action. Quick. Oh, here we go. Capture cursor. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got. Is this a plant? A plant in a mug? Because I see something growing out of it, and I'm hoping it's a plant. No. And yeah, you can see it is snowing outside, so it's pretty nice. Trash can or some clothes or something there, and try to zoom in on the outside. I'm guessing you live in Russia or something. It is nice. I think the fact that you get to look out your window and look at nature in general is pretty nice. It's a good feeling, for sure. Usually I hate it when you have to like look out and look at like other buildings and stuff, but this is a good one. You live pretty close to a bunch of trees. Okay, and here's a better photo of everything. So I'm going to read out what he said in a second. Just, wow, that's an old ass monitor. This is an HP display. I can just tell that it was old because of the bezels. Look how thick the bezels are. Definitely a 1080p screen. But that's okay. We don't pour shame here. We've got a standard keyboard. Is that a Red Dragon? Or a Russian equivalent? L and R. I can't tell what headphones they are. Are they wireless? And then you're charging with USB, okay. Now I was looking at this. This looks like a switch that you can turn. Is there like a heater under your desk or something and this controls it? Because this is a power plug going into it. And then this can crank it from 0 to 100. I thought at first it was volume, but it's not volume because these are your speakers. The mouse pad is interesting. The texture of the mouse pad looks like a what is it called? Like it wouldn't be good for mousing because it has all these. It's like really rough. It has all these bumps on it. I feel like it's like a front doormat. You know what I mean? But if it's smooth, it's smooth. But just from the pictures, it looks kind of Smooth. He goes close shot, Spain, not Russia. Okay, gotcha. I got a little Xbox 360 controller over there. Nice. Okay. Okay, I will say your room doesn't look dirty. So that's a big plus. Or if it is dirty, you hid the dirt, and you're already winning. I don't see a bunch of crumbs everywhere. I don't see old drinks. You've got, it looks good. So that's good. It's not dirty, which is, hey, at least there's not that. I wish I was strong enough to game on office tier monitors. Dude, it's not about being strong. It's about necessity. Think about it this way. Would you rather not game at all, or would you rather game on office tier monitors? I would take office tier monitors any day. You know what I mean? By other residents, I mean like a sister and a French bulldog that looks like Chop from Grand Theft Auto. Gotcha. The trash can is full though, so I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. I don't think this is a trash can. I think this is a laundry basket, or as we would call it in Texas, a hamper. Because it looks like clothes inside. But even so, I mean, the fact that the trash is not everywhere, it's already getting some good points. But let me read what he wrote. So his specs, he's got a Ryzen 5 3600, solid. An Aorus Elite B450 motherboard, it's fine. GTX 970, it's kind of old. Soon to be a 2060 Super, nice, okay. Still on the weaker side, but it is a significant upgrade from a 970. Just for people who don't know, a 970 is so old it only has 4 gigs of VRAM, more like 3.5, but that's a different story for another day. So yeah, it's considerably older. A 0.5 terabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive, nice. 16 gigs of RAM from a mysterious origin that's best left untold, so AliExpress. A Corsair CX750 power supply, it's fine. Also, for some reason, I received an FRGB and not ARGB fan for the CPU cooler. Never buying a fan from Philip at the local PC shop ever again. F you, Philip. That's fair. That's it kind of ruins the aesthetic of the build. Yeah. And you can tell by this color blue for a long time was very popular in PC components. Before y'all were born, every RGB was just B on computers. Truly, it was this blue. And so if you ever go back and you see old computer components, they're almost always, the light that's on them is this exact blue because it was cheap. So yeah, Philip really gutted you there, didn't he? Why don't you change the rest of your lights to blue? Why don't you just do that? That would match it. Random HP 75 hertz screen from even more mysterious origin than the RAM. So your dad's workplace. JBL Quantum 500 headset. Okay. Random ass mechanical keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I was right about that. A heated mouse pad. There's another one under the desk for my feet. A heated mouse pad. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a heated mouse pad. I don't think that's a heated mouse pad. I think that's just a heating pad that you're using as a mouse pad. That explains the texture. And so I'm guessing that knob is to turn the heat up and down. Is that right? Interesting. Well, Xbox 360 controller. Hey, I called that one too. I grew up with a 360. I've developed a special connection with its controllers. Hey, the 360 controller was awesome. A dead AF cactus. Okay, so it's dead. A DJ board that can't be seen, but I want to mention it. Okay, so he's got hobbies. So Felipe really effed you there, didn't he? But overall, I will say it's not that bad. I've seen far worse. Far worse. The fact that it's clean and you know what's in your machine and you are having a good time playing on it. No, it's like an actual mouse pad. That's interesting. I have literally never seen that. Although it's pretty warm here, so that might be why. But I did want to mention one thing. We're going to go in on your games. Let's see. You have a folder called the Epstein Files. So I know Epstein would often go to Spain on his little private plane. is there a chance that he gave you these directly? It has a very smooth surface compared to how it looks, which he's talking about the mouse pad. Okay. That's interesting. It looks rough. But if it feels good, that's interesting. A heated mouse pad? I never heard of that. If you want to submit, it's in the description. Yep, Sam's got it. So yeah, overall, he plays Sons of the Forest like a true gamer. Yeah, so I'm seeing Jagex Launcher, so RuneScape, Roblox, so you're definitely a child, right? And that's okay, I'm just saying. JBL stuff, Hell Let Loose. Isn't Hell Let Loose like a boomer game? That's interesting. Some more Roblox stuff, music, Forge maps, vids. Brother, what vids are you saving? DaVinci Resolve, Audacity. So this person is like a little content creator. OBS, nice. That's what we're using right now. The Bone Rooms, Project Zomboid, We Were Here, Long Drive North, Stardew Valley, Battlefield 6, Red Dead Redemption 2. Polygon, you like a lot of spooky type games, huh? You like a little scary guy? Yeah? But yeah, overall, not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. The bar is so low. As long as your setup is clean, and I mean physically clean, like there's not dust and neckbeard drippings all over it, I'll generally give you a good rating. That's how low the bar is, guys. Okay. So yeah, not too bad. I'm sure you're looking forward to your 2060 Super upgrade. That'll be a significant upgrade for you. Yeah. It's certainly a 1080p setup, but guys, his computer is very budget oriented. And look, he's able to play all these games. All these games. Don't feel like you have to spend $2,000. Look, he's making it work, and he's using an old HP monitor and like a cheap keyboard and mouse. It's fine. It's fine. Roblox is more for a game about World War II. It's def weird, but not terrible. Interesting. I see. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing Hell Let Loose, that makes sense. Okay. Pickles, thank you for submitting. I appreciate it. Not bad. I got mine posted. Nice. Okay, for that FU, Felipe is a 10 out of 10 good Spanish banter. I love it. My friends are Chads because I've always been on high end and struggle to play on their rigs. Those lower end rigs have personality though. Yeah, and I think that's why we all like to watch budget videos because it makes, obviously a $2,000 or $3,000 computer is going to play amazingly. But it's not so sure if a cheap $200, $300, $400 rig will run, right? That's what makes it more interesting. Let's see. I mean, how can you roast if you can't see it? Seems like a smart play to me. I think that's what he was going for. Okay, if my setup doesn't show up my name, it should be under Pebble. Okay, no problem. Facts. You don't need the best to play games, guys. As long as you enjoy your PC, that's what matters. Exactly. That's it. All right, let's see. Who's next? Who posted second? Ant-Man. You still here, Ant-Man? I know you were here earlier. You're up, dude. This is Ant-Man's closet setup. And if y'all don't know Ant-Man is our resident tinfoil hat wearer. He is on the dark web, and he is off the grid. He lives in the middle of nowhere. Nobody can find him, and the aliens are beaming to his head. Okay, he should. One of the pictures he showed is his door. So I'm guessing this goes to the closet where he has his rig in here. Ant-Man's here, okay. So I'm guessing this is the door that goes. Ant-Man, do you live with your folks? I and no shame in that, by the way. I'm just asking because your furniture looks very old, and generally this is like kind of furniture you'd see in like my grandparents' house, right? And I don't mean old as in like how dare you have old furniture. I just mean the design. The design is a very old style of design. These could very well be new. I'm just saying this is the kind of furniture, like, you know, that kind of style of furniture is when you go into an old person's house. So a lot of people living with their parents or their grandparents will have that kind of furniture. Here's his closet setup. Dude, I don't know how you do this. Yeah, I live with my folks. Okay, cool. Yeah. Dude, I have tried putting a computer in a room or in a closet. I've tried putting a bed in a closet. I'm dying. It is so hot. It might just be like, because I'm in Texas, it's very warm here. The furniture's over 20 years old. I think it's more than that, dude. It looks very old. I mean, it looks nice. If it's over 20 years old, it's in good condition. It doesn't look scratched up or anything. When I've put stuff in the closet, dude, it's so hot. How are you living in your closet like this? In Texas, it's very hot. And so, like, if y'all don't know, for those of us, I think Ant-Man's in the States, we don't generally we have central AC, right? So that means that we have one big AC on the side of the house here in the States, and then we have pipe that go all over the house and disperse it to each room, right? But the thing is, generally speaking, we don't put AC in closets because why would we? Nobody lives in closets, right? They don't need to be cooled down. The ambient cooling from underneath the door or from the room is usually enough to keep it cool. But so that means this thing, if the door's ever closed, which God forbid, Ant-Man would never close this door because it would get so hot, because that computer is generating so much heat, that room would get up to, like, I don't want to say 40 Celsius. That's a bit insane. But in the summer, in the right states, it very well could get 40. Like, it really could. I have a desk fan and a tall tower fan. Is that enough? I feel like this would kill me. And I'm guessing you're leaving the door open for sure. All right, let's go inside. Okay, so we've got just the 3 photos. So Ant-Man, he posted last time we did this, so I do remember it. I don't think you were in the closet at that time. Ant-Man's in the closet. We're definitely saying that for a fact. Ant-Man is in the closet. Okay, just so we're all in the same. I like the case. So if y'all don't know, this is a case from Thermaltake that it looks like a robot or a transformer. It's not one of those cases that people ever actually buy. It's more like they just make it. But Ant-Man bought it, and I like it because it looks unique. No matter what you say about his setup, that is a case you don't often see, and it looks crazy. It looks like what people thought gaming PCs should look like in, like, the 2010s or whatever. Like, this was a more popular case back then. Like, they loved cases that looked like robots. No, I wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't in the closet back then. My room can hit 80 F on a demanding game in the summer. Yeah, dude. That's with AC on. 10 out of 10, the entrance build up, the hype, and it was worth it. Bro put in the work for this one. Dude, hey, man, you got a fan. Play the Virgil theme, bro. I am the storm that is approaching. I'm provoking black clouds and isolation. The hottest the closet gets is 86 F with the door closed. That's... Okay. I'm not saying it's so hot it's going to fry your electronics. I don't think that. Doing stuff like this myself, I know it gets hot. Your stuff won't get damaged. Especially because you live in the States and there's AC and stuff. Oh, the music stopped. But it's just uncomfortable. Have you sat in a room that has no ventilation that's 86? It's tough. So I'm sure you're gaming with the door open, and then you'd have to use the fans to kind of vent the hot air out of the closet, right? Yeah. Okay, so we've got the cool case. Okay, we got a mouse pad. Using a kitchen chair, I don't know about that. You will fry yourself before the electronic. Exactly. The kitchen chair, I'm not going to roast you for the kitchen chair because I don't think people need those little racer gaming chairs or whatever. I would say just get something that's better for your back because this thing is going to kill you. Like, having to use that all day, trust me, it's not good for you. It's not going to feel great. Get something with a little bit better ergonomics. We've got our main monitor right in the middle, and then we've got a cheaper one up top, cheaper one on the side. And I know these are cheaper, guys, because the bezels are so big. So I'm not saying, I'm just assuming because the bezels are so big, they look older. And so I'm assuming he put his best one right in the middle, and then he's got two side ones using some kind of mount in the back. And then he's got a little portable one down here, which you can tell because it's so small and it's using a micro USB or micro HDMI. My gaming chair gave out after 6 years. I'm saving for a new chair. Hey, 6 years is a pretty good time frame. And and you're right next to your clothes. Interesting desk. So this, I see it's a standing desk. Is this flexi spot? I see these magnets over here or rivets or something, and there's like a cut in the middle. Is this table designed to like fold in half or something? Is it meant to be like storage saving or something? Like what is it? I see this is to put your cables through, and I see that it's a standing desk, but it's also on this side. They look like magnets or rivets or something. I'm very curious as to what this is. It's because it's on this side too. We got our Eero. This is a router, right? Or a Wi-Fi hotspot? Not hotspot, sorry. A mesh, maybe? You don't understand. He's got a safety shelter despite the harsh winters. That's fair. And I'm guessing this is a Bluetooth speaker. So those are the speakers you're using. Okay. We got, can't see the mouse. Can we see in this one? I think the mouse is one of those ones with holes in it, probably from PC Master Race, whatever that brand is called, or one of maybe those are screws. Those are screws. My handyman put 2x6 pieces of wood on each side so I can use monitor mounts. What? Through the top of the desk? Was that necessary? Okay, so if y'all don't understand what Ant-Man's saying, this desk is very thin, right? So it's not very strong. Ant-Man wanted to use mounts, but the problem is that these monitors are heavy. So if you put a mount directly on this thin table, it's not going to hold the monitors upright, and it's probably going to damage the table. So what Ant-Man did is he had a handyman go around the edge underneath the table and put thick pieces of wood, right? Effectively making the edge of the table much bigger, and therefore can handle more weight if he wanted to put the monitor mounts on. And so apparently what he did is he just put it underneath and then drilled right into the top. It's interesting. I'm surprised. It might be that's like the way they had to do it. Well, then what's this line down the middle? Did he cut the whole table in half? Because you still got the legs. Interesting. We can do it. We have the technology. If you're wondering the song, his chair looks close to the Virgil chair meme from Devil May Cry. I see. Gotcha. Yeah, so Ant-Man didn't post his PC specs. Oh, he did. Sorry. He's running a 5700G, a 64 gigs of RAM. That's a lot of RAM, brother. It's a two-piece desk set. Okay, that's what I thought. A 9060 XT 16 gig. Nice. That's like a year old. That's a great card. And 5 terabytes running KDE Neon Linux distro. Guys, we got a guy here. So he's got 64 gigs of RAM in here. He's using a 9060 XT 16 gig, a 5700G, so DDR4, and 5 terabytes of storage. Could be hard drives, could be SSD. That's like a developer, right? That's like someone who wants to like do some stuff. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's not bad. It's interesting that it's in a closet. It's certainly interesting. I would say pick up your pile of cables over here and hide them behind while you take a photo, and organize your cables over here. Nothing crazy, just stuff them in the corner. I'm glad your computer's not in the carpet. It's nice that it's on the desk. Do you have a cable going through your PC? So look, this case, this is an offset piece of glass. I don't know if y'all can see that. And so this case isn't fully enclosed, and he has a cable running through to the back of the PC through the glass, which is fine. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just kind of funny. You see that? It goes through here, and then it goes through the hole in the glass, and then it comes out the other side or on the post. That's pretty funny. M2s? You have 5 terabytes of M2s? Man, you're set. You are set. Yeah, not a bad rig. I guess his distro makes it, he's got some customization to make it looks like Mac OS. Yeah, because that's certainly Mac style. Nice, not too bad, Ant-Man. Those cables are chargers. I'm having a guy come out to cable manage my setup. You cable manage it, man. You don't need to have a guy come out. You do it. It's not that hard. Sell the RAM, downgrade to 32 gigs, then take the difference and upgrade. That's very true. You could sell 32 gigs of DDR4 for like, what, like $150 now? It's pretty crazy. Maybe 200. Does it get hot in there? AMN said that the hottest it gets with the door closed is 86F, which is, I can't do it off the top of my head, which is going to be about 30 degrees C. So at maximum, with the door closed, full blast, that's like the hottest it will get in there. So God forbid he ever closes the door. Don't do that. The top of the table is 2 parts that fit together. Right. It's interesting. He's installing cameras around the house. He said he will do it for free. Okay. Not bad. Okay, nice one, Ant-Man. Fasulia. This guy posted one photo, and I yelled at him. He said, literally unroastable. I disagree. Look how high his ceiling is. So, Fasulia, are you here? I will say, Fasulia, this is the basic bitch of desk setups. Literally. You've got the 2 IKEA cabinets, the Alex's, and then the Linman, right? Or is this the what's the white one called? Starts with an M. Mint something. Then you got the pipe. This is like standard PC or standard r/battle stations. The background is interesting. You either live in a fancy part of Europe, or you live in Baghdad. Those are the 2 options with that background. Bro looks like I could run outside and I'm on a Call of Duty map, because that's what's going on there. I like your PC. Looks okay. Looks pretty nice. This is a stock photo. That's what I felt like too. Yeah, dude. It feels almost AI generated. And I'm trying to find ways that it's not. It's not, though. He posted a follow-up. The floor looks like it was just installed. He's got a plant there. High-ass ceilings. A little couch next to it. And he doesn't have a chair, so he stands when he plays. Got a nice mouse pad. He has cable organized everything to be hidden under the desk. And he's got this... There's a terrace outside behind him. Look, you're supposed to be opening this door. He blocked off the patio. You have this beautiful terrace outside in Baghdad, and you can't even go out there, brother. Getty Images looking setup is a harsh roast. Why did you block off your terrace? I don't understand. You should have put it up against this wall, dude. Now you can't go out there. You can't, like, I understand you want to see, but that sucks, dude. Now you can't even open that. I like that you have a plant at your desk. That's a nice little add up. I like that you cable managed. You've got a little vertical leaning up here. Standard monitor stuff. That's fine. Wireless peripherals. Yeah, very clean. Why go outside when you can game? That's very true. We don't talk about cable management. Oh, we do. We do. I said need more photos. Okay. And again, he decided to post a photo that is a dark ass picture. And it's not even the same. Look, on this one, you have one monitor in the middle, and this one you have two. So did you get another monitor and put it on top? I would move the sofa and put this up there so I can open the doors. Yeah, me too. Okay, so I guess he moved the monitor. Maybe the vertical one, he moved it over here. And that's fine. He is using an RTX 5060 maybe? There's a lot of open space in your case. Look at all this unused space over here. You could have a PC case a quarter of the size. He moved the other one. Yeah, I think so too. And he's got a little nice light underneath. I wonder where that light's coming from. Did he add a light underneath? Okay, he has an RTX 5070. No, you don't. Guys, I'm going crazy. That does not say 5070. That says 5060. Hold on. Does that say 5070? Tell me. Does that say 5070? I understand it's blurry. And if you wanted to say it was a 60 or an 80, I would understand that. I don't think a 5080 would ever be this small. That is not a 5070. In what world is that a 7? Like, am I going crazy here? 5060, yeah. This guy's trying to gaslight us. Maybe an outdated photo? Yeah, probably. I mean, he did use the different monitors, so I don't doubt it. Okay, he has a 5070, an i5 14400F, okay. 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 800 watt PSU. The second pick is another wallpaper at night. Okay. People say the CPU is a bottleneck, but I don't see a performance drop from the YouTube benchmarks. Yeah, I don't think that's a bottleneck either. I think Reluctant Hero told him that as much. His monitor is 1440p, 180 hertz, and 144 hertz, 1440p on the other monitor. Your monitors look pretty small for 1440p. I thought they were like 24 inches. Maybe it's just this. Yeah. Look how small they are compared to the computer. They look small? They look like 24 inches? Pretty small for 1440p. But if he says they're 1440p, I'm not going to accuse him of lying. But it's 180 hertz, 1440p. Yeah. Not many photos, but yeah, it's just like a basic bitch of setups. So I'm glad you cable organized. I'm glad it's not dirty. Everything looks fairly new and clean. You live in a Call of Duty map, so that's cool. You've got a plant. That's nice. I like plants. Colors are nice. Looks pretty simple PC, nothing too crazy. Yeah. Not too bad. Okay, guys, out of 10, what do we give him? Out of 10, what does... What's your name? Fasulia get? knowing everything we know. I don't want to give mine before the judges give their opinion. I swear I've seen this exact setup 87 times on TikTok with the same IKEA desk. It's been very popular for a very long time. If you go on r/battle stations, it is kind of famously known as like, yeah, as like the basic B of it. But it's not bad. I think it's okay. Okay. This is from Registered Blart, who is in the chat right now. What's up, man? Ooh, he posted a paragraph, which is good. That's good, guys. We want more photos. And we want more information. So I'm going to look at the photos first, and then I'm going to read. And I'm not going to make any judgments. Okay. Okay. He said, be easy on me, please. So you like Pokemon? Cool. And you got... Registered Blart, do you have cats? I'm going to assume you have cats. Oh, maybe not. Everyone is a 10 compared to my setup. Well, post your setup, dude. We'll be the judge of that. That's a nice chair. Or at least it looks nice. Dylan says, I like this one. Let me see the PC setup. Okay. It's tucked in the corner a little bit. I see an RTX card. He has installed his own thermometer, his own wireless thermometer inside so he can know the temperature of it on a physical device. That's interesting. That curtain belonged to my girlfriend who used to have cats. Yeah, I called it. Called it. He definitely pays paydos for those masks are sus. I thought they were, this was giving me Hotline Miami vibes. Posting since we're apparently making fun of games too. Let's see. Bro, do you need Borderlands 2, 3, and 4 installed at the same time? That's crazy. He's got Megabonk, Helldivers 2, Elden Ring. Wow, you're playing Crackdown 3? That's a good one. Underrated game. Fallout New Vegas, Classic, Balatro. Never heard of Trepang. Dawn of War. Okay, I see. It's fine. Those are Gooner masks. We have a visitor, guys. Hey, hey. Say hi. Hey, hey. Okay. He's camera shy. A couple more pics for reference. What is going on over there? I'm guessing it's explained in the thing. So yeah, he put a Walmart thermometer, a physical one, inside the machine. That's interesting. There you go, dude. You don't need to buy expensive AIOs that have coolers on them that show that. Just buy a $5 one from Walmart. Like, it's the exact same thing. That's pretty funny. I've never seen that. Those masks are for my favorite musical artist, Crywolf. Gotcha. Hey, can I help you, buddy? Okay, let's see what he wrote. I figured I'd submit this as a last-second submission to see what other people's opinions are of my setup, as very few people have seen it apart from a couple of my friends. Guys, we're in a minority here. I've changed some parts since the initial build of the system in 2023, but at this point, my only complaint is that I don't have a bigger desk. Okay. I've had issues finding one that had the dimensions I want. I might just make one myself at this point. I apologize if the pictures suck. I didn't have much room to work with, blah, blah, blah. He's using an RTX 4090. Okay. So this dude's a gamer. A 9800 X3D, basically as good as it gets. 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, so you're a millionaire. He bought last year for $205. Now, unfortunately, costs around $1,000. An X670 motherboard, banger. The 5000D from Corsair case. He's got a bunch of RGB fans on it. Corsair 1000-watt fully modular PSU. The Cooler Master Liquid 360, nice. And 8 terabytes of total storage, which is 3 NVMe SSD drives plus 1 SATA SSD, right? So that's why he has every Borderlands installed, because he can. His monitors, so he has these two monitors, if we saw earlier. His main one is the Asus ROG Swift 32-inch, 4K 240 Hz OLED. I know someone who has that monitor and they love it. And the Gigabyte G27Q, which is a 27-inch 1440p monitor. So this guy's secondary monitor is probably better than y'all's first monitor, just so we're clear. He's got his peripherals. He's using the G502X Plus Lightspeed mouse. His keyboard is from Be Quiet. I did not know they made keyboards. He uses the standard Xbox controller with some rechargeable battery packs. His headset is Bayer Dynamic, wired to a small amp. It's fancy. Audio Engine A5 speakers connected to a subwoofer. His monitor mount. His microphone is the Samsung Q2U. I've used that mic before. It's pretty good. His mouse pad is from BenQ. I did not know they make mouse pads. That's interesting. Large esports gaming mouse pad, as if that's going to fix my aim. The desk is a standard Tribe Signs desk. No additional features or anything excited really, plus a small side table from Amazon to house the PC. Oh, okay, yeah, so you have the PC in a completely different side table. The chair is a Secret Lab Titan Evo Softweave Fabric variant XL because I'm chunky. It's good. Good information there. Okay, so this person has money. It's a very quiet keyboard, less clicky than most others. I didn't even know Be Quiet made keyboards. That's interesting. I've heard of Be Quiet, but I haven't heard them make keyboards, so it's interesting. So you've got the mic here, which I'm assuming you pull over to yourself to talk into. You've got your two big speakers. And you're using speaker risers, which is the proper way to do that. So it's pretty good. And they are powered through an amp or a DAC or whatever. You got your subwoofer here. You said your desk is a little small. You wish it was bigger. I agree. And you bought a side table that perfectly fits a desktop PC. How convenient. It even has enough for your giant Xbox USB dongle. You know they make a new one of this? The new version of this is like half the size now. Shake my head. I knew the chair was nice when I saw it, yeah. Okay, got that. Is there an air vent right under your PC? So if you have AC on, your AC is pumping directly into your computer, taking that cool air. How efficient. Is that a magnet? You have a magnet with a hook on it inside? It's nice, but my next chair will probably just be a nice office chair. Gotcha. I don't pull over the mic. I just have it calibrated well for others to hear me well. Oh, so it stays over there. Interesting. Homeboy has cash. They just started making keyboards. I see. I guess I've always gone with the tactic of putting money towards the power, then finding cheap solutions for other small things. Gotcha. No shame there. You got to find a good mix of where to spend your money. And some people do more well-rounded. Other people put it towards this, put it towards that. So no shame. Yes, AirVent. I would rather the 4090 be saved than me at this point. That's a pendant attached to the magnet. I need to take it out. I see. Man, it's a nice PC. It looks clean. The desk, I like the desk. I agree with you. It is a little small for what you're doing. I mean, you had to buy a whole nother desk to put on your speakers and stuff. So if it was just that much bigger, I think it'd be really nice. But the setup is nice. I am not a fan of what you've done with this monitor mount. I don't like. I get what you're going for, and I don't know. I just like having this big thing here always seems strange. And you know what sucks? There's no way around this because you have the speakers. The speakers this has to be up here because the speaker is here. If you didn't have the speakers, this could be a normal second monitor. You know what I mean? And so you need a really big desk to effectively put a speaker here. Or you could put it between. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why it's just a weird angled monitor, but you don't really have a choice. That's the hard part. Have you considered putting it above this monitor? So having just stacked, and you can kind of aim it down. That's like a really nice setup. I did that for years. So that mount can actually mount 2 monitors, but after trying multiple figures, it's what I settled on. Interesting. So it can do the stacked one. You're just choosing not to. Okay. I mean, this is a nice monitor for sure. I've heard really good things about it, but it's also, $1,000, but it's really nice. I see you tried to do a little cable management, so that's nice. The only thing I would suggest is to take this right here. You see that? And mount that to the bottom of your desk. And so what's going to happen is that all the cables are going to be totally hidden. And then this drape will be now anchored up here. So the drape will be like here. And it makes it just a little bit cleaner. And you can do that the same on this side. And you've got these horseshoe legs. What are these called? Horse something. These are really nice because you can run cables behind them. Especially these are really thick. But you did start cable management, and so it could look a lot worse. I would say this is a good start. Ow. My ear is killing me. I don't have an additional desk to pair with it, but I don't like how much space it takes up in the room as a whole. Yeah. I've tried putting that monitor on top, and it barely doesn't fit. Okay, it's because they're too big. Gotcha. Yeah. It's a little bit too big. How long can a hard drive last without running it at all? I don't know. It's unrelated. There's certainly bit rot. You can't see the Gunnar mask that way. That's true if he covers it. It feels small for a 32-inch monitor. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think your monitors are a little too big. But overall, I think it's not too bad. I like that you have stuff on the walls. It means you have a personality. So there's 2 things, right? When you have rooms like this. One, people will have stuff on the monitors that match, or not on their monitor, sorry. They will have things mounted on the wall that show who they are as people. And it'll sometimes be photos of their family. It'll be stuff from bands they like, hobbies, interests, maybe even aesthetic photos, nature, They'll just have that. And they can do it in a way that it doesn't feel tacky, right? And that's what you've done. An alternative I've seen are people who have nothing on the walls. And so they just live in this blank world where nothing is on the wall and it just feels so empty and ugly and just without life or without color in their home. And it's just like, okay, that's a little bit too far. And then in the middle, you have children using thumbtacks to hang up posters or rippings from magazines on the wall, right? So we don't want to do that either. So you found a good way to kind of show what you like in your little corner, which is cool. My cable management was better, but I mess with and tinker with too many things to keep making it perfect. I can feel that. I'm the same way. I tried less stuff on the wall, but it felt too empty for my tastes. Yeah, that's fair. I like the light strip on the bottom of the desk. I was going to say I don't like that. I'm glad you like it. I am not a fan of being able to see LEDs like this. That's like my downside. If he had a diffusion over it, I think it'd be okay. But being able to see the individual LEDs like this, I'm just not a fan. I know they sell diffusion strips you can put over it. That would make it look nicer because then you just see the glow, right? Like I just like the glow. That would be the one thing I actually don't like in this setup, big time, is just having an LED go across the wall. Stop attacking me, Jason. Well, stop thumbtacking stuff to your home, Dylan. You have children, man. Yeah, but overall, good setup. Good setup. Interesting. You've got stuff going on. It's a nice little setup. It's a good PC. We look at those games. Yeah, you've got a lot of people keep using lossless scaling. Do you really need lossless scaling with a 4090? You have the second strongest graphics card in the world for gaming. Do you really need lossless scaling? What are you using this for? It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Yeah, it's great. I had an LED strip, got rid of it, and then got another one when we moved into this place. In all fairness, you can't see it when gaming. That is true. You're not looking. You can only see the glow. That is very fair. One thing I've done to avoid that is that I will attach it to the underside of my desk. So there's no chance you could ever see the LEDs, but you will still see the glow. Does that make sense? That's one thing I've done. Don't forget to refresh. Thank you. How do you refresh? Someone give me the key to refresh. Glad you like it. I do tons of research for all my components and take pride in the setup because gaming is really my only hobby. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Not bad. Very, very good. JT Bivens in the house. Oh, typed a lot. Thank you, JT Bivens. All right. Let's look at his main setup. This is a man who has children. Just so we're clear on what's going on. Ultra toilet roleplay. Is this Roblox? Yeah, it is. Okay. I use lossless scaling a lot for YouTube videos and such that are at 30 FPS. Smoothing to roughly 60 FPS is nice. That's insane. I've never heard of someone using lossless scaling for YouTube. That's really funny. Interesting. Okay, so wow, NES controllers down here. Y'all see that? Control R or the F5 key. Yeah, I know on a browser. Is it the same on Discord? There we go. Okay. He said everything's on UPS systems. That's nice. So here's his PC. Wow, look at the design of those fans. It's very interesting. They put a lot of extra design on them. It's not just spinning RGB. Is this Buffalo Bob setup? Whoa, what the heck? That's me. Okay. Yeah, this is a father. It's a lot of stickers. Got film reels, some photos. Is that a VCR? Oh man, this is a man with some hobbies. It's definitely a better living room setup than mine. This is a man with hobbies who does stuff. Look, we've got a bag full of tools, a computer covered in stickers, a VCR, a very old camera, a bag of pills. He's got the dual monitor setup, a nice little webcam there. Those stickers would drive me crazy. Okay, next one. I guess this is the second setup. Is it the one right next to yours? So I'm guessing this is your daughter's battle station. I'm guessing I'll read it all, but damn, you put her on an Optiplex? That's what's up. And this is the Apivia case. I haven't seen that in a while. It's not a bad case. I love your daughter's budget setup. This like very cheap small monitor and office PC. That's awesome. Okay. And then here's another setup. I'm guessing this is your, yeah, that you put them next to each other. Man, she got the better setup. Is she older? Got some headphones, mouse, keyboard. All right, so he's got all of his kids on PC. Good to see. Good to see. What is she playing? I don't know what that is. Okay, let's see what he wrote. The dual monitor setup is my main system. It has a Ryzen 5 5500 and a GTX 970. 32 gigs of DDR4 memory, 2 terabyte SSD, a fine mic, StarTech RCA to HDMI converter, and a USB HDMI capture device. Okay, so he's talking about this PC right here. A 970, wow. There's two people in this setup using 970s. That thing was such a popular card, man. 2 Acer Nitro 27-inch 1080p 165 hertz. Oh, and a Wolverine Super 8, 8mm film reel conversion machine and a VCR. And Sony noise canceling wireless headphones. Keyboard is a cheap Majigi brand, and I have a cassette tape player for customers. LOL, and a Death Headed Router Mouse Brio webcam. Okay, so this is part of his work. This guy converts things. He transfers things. He's got stuff for customers. This guy makes some money. All right, he's using this for more than gaming. This is everything he does. So he's got some stuff going on. The system with the 65-inch TV is a Ryzen 2600 and ARC A70 with a 2 terabyte SATA SSD and 32 gigs of memory, with 2 14 terabyte reverse WD data center drives and 3 4 terabyte WD red drives. So this is a PC as well. This is like their living room PC. Okay. Interesting. It has a Ryzen 2600 and ARC A750. That's a very budget build. The pink system is a Ryzen 3400G with 32 gigs of, man, every machine in this house has 32 gigs of memory. Went all out. Okay, not this one. 3400G with 32 gigs of memory. Oh, so this is running an APU. So there's no GPU in this. This is just 3400G, and that's it. Interesting. So it's an APU machine. That's cool. The Dell is an Optiplex 720 with a 4590 and a 970. 16 gigs of DDR3, 512 SATA SSD. So this has a dedicated GPU. So this PC is technically stronger than this one. I mean, the CPU is weaker, but it has a GPU. Interesting. So yeah, he did the classic. Like he put in a GPU in here and he hooked it up. It's good to go. And the white system, where's the white system? Oh, this one. The white system is a Ryzen 5600G with sadly only one stick of 16 gigs of DDR4 memory at 3200. Okay, so not everything is 32, but so what is this one for then? This is the cleanest one with a very old monitor. Look at the bezels. I'm guessing this is your wife's setup. Got a webcam over here. This is a very clean setup. It's a Ryzen 5600G with one stick of RAM. Lastly, not pictured is an HP Slim, roughly between 10 and 13 years old, 8 gigs of DDR3, running as a Minecraft server, cannot remember the specs. Everything's on UPS systems. Whew, okay. Yeah, I have 5 kids, LOL. I knew you had a lot. Okay, so I'm guessing each one is for a different kid. Sell the RAM and retire. That's a Walter White PC? Oh, is it because it has all the medicine? It's a lot. So what I'm seeing from this is that JT Bivens is a man who knows how to stretch a dollar. When you have 5 kids, they can't all have 5070s. Sorry, it's just not happening. But he has figured out how to give each of them their own PC and still make it work for them. Because if you notice, all of these PCs, while might be a little older or a little cheaper, they can all still play basic games. All of these things are capable of running Roblox. They're capable of running emulation, capable of playing lower end games, no problem. And those are the ones that kids play. So, and yeah, some of the monitors are a little older, whatever. It's being able to get the job done. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. And you got a little living room PC. I take 21 pills a day, sadly. Ugh, that's a lot. It's a busy household. Yeah, it's very busy. It's the kind of cluttered desk I want to have when I'm 40. Fair. Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's busy. It's a very busy house. And with 5 kids, it's yeah, they got a little Switch here too. You didn't even mention the Switch, JT. Got a wireless mouse and keyboard on this little tray to use in the living room. How much roleplay or how much Roblox is getting played in this house? I like the Nest controllers. Yeah, in the corner down here. Everything can run Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, and esports games these days, and sometimes it's all you need. Yeah, exactly. And if they want something better, they can buy it themselves. N64 controller, yep, you called it right there. It's a little red one. Are these USB ones to be played on this PC, I wonder? Yeah. This is the cleanest setup. Whose PC is this one, JT? Is this just another one of your kids, or whose is this? This one looks like the newest. I mean, even the keyboard's white. USB versions, yeah, of the controllers. That's what I thought. Those are fun. The white system is my son's. He is the oldest. Ah, so once you get old enough, you get to get the clean setup. But like you said, it's only 1 stick of RAM. So if he wants to buy another stick, he'll have to become a millionaire, and then he can throw in his own stick. I see you have another add-in card here. Is that for Ethernet or something, or more USB slots or something? Maybe adding Wi-Fi to it. Yeah, not bad. This man's known. He knows how to stretch a dollar. Knows how to, and he puts everything on UPS systems. That's something you don't often see on roast setups. People don't really like to use UPS systems. But cool, thanks JT. Looks very interesting. You got a lot going on. It's a Wi-Fi Bluetooth card. That's what I thought. Yeah. Very cool. This man's house has more PCs than y'all have in your life. Okay, bow down to him. All right, let's catch up a little bit. We did that one. Let's do Reluctant Hero. All right, Reluctant Hero, thank you for typing in. JT first, thank you for submitting. Awesome stuff, man. Appreciate it. Let's see Reluctant Hero's pictures first, and then we will read what he wrote. Whoa, it's me again. Is that me? Dang, that is me. He's got a little tablet down here running YouTube streamer. A Game Boy, or it looks like a Game Boy Color, but it might be one of those like retro handheld things. It's got a Starfield mouse pad, nice little keyboard and mouse action, Xbox controller. Oh, runs 1 ultra wide monitor. We haven't seen that in a while. People just running 1, but hey, he's got it. Yeah, Reluctant Hero's here. What's up, man? Big library. Let's look at some of these games. I can't see too close. A lot of single player games. I see Shovel Knight, Fallout New Vegas, a lot of classics, Expedition 33. Yeah, a lot of single player stuff. Cool. Kind of dark, but I'm sure we'll see that in the next photo. Oh, okay. So he is using the Black Noctua double fan cooler. So as opposed to the Peerless Right assassin from Thermalright, which has two smaller heatsinks split with fans in the middle. Noctua has a gigantic heatsink, and they just put fans on each side. So yeah, that's a banger of a CPU cooler. It's a big boy, and I see a really big boy Radeon AMD card here. It's a pretty small case though, huh? MATX. I mean, look how close your fans are to this GPU. This is a smaller, and he's got a Switch 2 controller. Okay. Second setup, nice. Got a little monitor, a little drink action. Physical media? Are these CDs? Is this a VHS tape? 52 mega? Something there? Ooh, okay. See the PS2, the PS1, RCA adapters, a bunch of Earthbound stuffs. Okay, it looks like a nerd corner. My Steam library is built on over 10 years of Humble bundles. I mean, me too, brother. Don't worry. All right, this looks pretty solid. Let's see what he's got to say. So his PC has a 7800 X3D. So he's a gamer. A B650 motherboard, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Yeah, the Noctua NH-U12A. A 2 terabyte boot drive from Inland. A 4 terabyte Steam library. This is another NVMe drive. His GPU is a 9070 XT. That's a great card. 2 Noctua fans in the front, 1 Noctua in the back. 1000 watt PSU from 2023. And it's in the Fractal Design MeshFi 2 Compact. Okay, so I knew it was small. I mean, small on purpose. His monitor is the Alienware AW3423DWF, which is an OLED one, a very famous monitor that apparently looks very beautiful. Any OLED monitor is going to look awesome. His peripherals, he's using the EpoMaker Aula F75 Gasket Mechanical with Leobog Reaper switches. Nice. EpoMaker, I've used some of their stuff before. The EVGA X17 mouse, RIP EVGA. The Doom Xbox Series controller. I thought I recognized that. PS5 black controller. And a HyperX Cloud 2 headset. This isn't a Cloud 2, but yeah. There's also a Switch 2 connected to my monitor and modded GBASP on my desk. This is a GBASP? Looks like a GBA. Or it doesn't look like a GBA. It looks like a GBC. To the right of my desk is a secondary 1080p 180Hz Asus TUF monitor I picked up at the grand opening of the Santa Clara Micro Center last summer. And to the right of that is a bookshelf that's filled with various retro game consoles. I really need to clean up that shelf. Roast away. Okay, so this is all one setup. So this is when you're first looking at it, and he said to the right of it is this. So just to the offset of his PC, to the right is that. And then underneath this, or I suppose to the right of it is this, which is his Virginity corner, which is cool. But yeah, it's got a bunch of retro stuff, cables. I think we all have this, right? Like we all have this corner. So I won't shame you for that. Well, that's almost the exact build I have for my secondary PC. I really like the pairing. Nice. His setup is more organized than his last one. I see improvements. Nice. Reluctant Hero, you're moving on up, dude. Dude has the exact anti-sag bracket that I have, a man of class. Could you share some DDR5? It will go for a great cause for my own PC, honestly, I swear. Yeah. So I will say, I mean, it's a nice PC. And you've chosen a case that is like, it's a great case, obviously. The Fractal MeshFi is kind of famous for, and you've put Noctua fans in it, so you're a person who understands the value of, you know, slightly more expensive things if it's necessary. And airflow is obviously very important to you. And that's a good 7800 X3D. That's what, the third best CPU for gaming? Second, technically. Great card, great value, best bang for your buck kind of PC, right? Like not a bad PC at all. And he's rocking a great monitor. This is one thing I think people like underestimate. Like they would rather buy a better GPU when their monitors suck. Like a new monitor can make your GPU look way better. Like I'm telling you guys, like people underestimate how important your monitor is. You're not going to get free frames, but what you're getting is going to look better. Especially when it's OLED. I think a lot of people have never seen OLED, but that is significant thing. I will say Reluctant Hero, it sounds like a good PC. I like everything seems to be in the right space. Like your mouse pad, this stuff. You got some random cables back here, but that's easy to clean up. You know, that's nothing. And you've darkened the spots where they are very dirty. Is this hooked up to your computer? Or is it just sitting there? Did you say? Oh, this for the Switch 2? No. Or you just picked it up? You just said it's sitting there. Is it plugged in? It looks off. Can we see underneath? All right, let's see what's going on here. I have the Samsung equivalent of that monitor. Upgrading to OLED has to be one of the most significant upgrades I ever did. A really underrated and ignored upgrade for a lot of people. Totally agree. I'm looking at getting a new monitor, but I need a bunch of stuff for my recording PC. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure out where to put your money. Okay, for the work and improvements he did, it moves from a 7 last time to a 9 out of 10. Good job, Hero. You making us proud. 10 out of 10 for Nintendo controllers for JT Bivens, and 10 out of 10 for Earthbound gear. We got a Nintendo fanboy. It's a test monitor. Underneath it is a Polymega Retro emulation console that's hooked up to it. Gotcha. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid setup. I think you've done a good job of finding a balance between performance and money and not just needlessly throwing it away. You spent a little extra on your monitor, which is fine. And then you have PC components that are strong and expensive, but not like needlessly throwing money away for, 5 more frames or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, not bad at all. And I do remember last year when we last did this, I do think there are improvements. And there's not piles of trash everywhere, so that's nice too. It's a guy that uses his setup very cool. That's also true. And if y'all remember from last year, I hate when I see people who look like they've never touched their desk, like this guy. This is somebody who walks into this room and then walks out. Like I don't like this. Like it's just like y'all said, stock image, right? I want to be able to see that you're actually using the stuff you buy and not just making a post on Reddit. So I like when people actually use the stuff they buy. What Discord can I go on to show my gaming setup? Bro, it's in the description. It's always going to be in the description. Any question you could ever have would be answered in the description. But yeah, Reluctant Hero, not a bad showing. It looks really good. Thanks for posting. All right, let's go to Ronnie. Ronnie the Pigeon. And he deleted it. All right, bro got a little nervous. I think he saw me say something mean to someone else and he just got nervous. He deleted it. Ugh, Jinxie's pet. That's weird. Wait, why is this above here? Oh, recently active. No, date posted is what I want. If you aren't on the Discord, are you even alive? All right, let's move on to Morningstar. Morningstar, you still here? He just edited to say, also, I do use my setup. I'm just a clean freak. I know you just added that, brother. I know you did. Nice try. You guys can't go in here and edit based on stuff I say to other people. Give me 1 second. By the way, guys, if y'all like energy drinks, the F1 Monster is very good. Very delicious. Okay, we're gonna look at, as usual, we're gonna look at the pictures, and then we're gonna look at what he typed. Okay, that's a very small mouse pad. I have not seen a small mouse pad like that in a while. Small mouse pad. He's got one of those holes mouses, some Logitech speakers, a very old monitor, which we're okay with. And again, how do you know it's old? Well, because it has big bezels. I guess this is storage. Nice little keyboard. Keyboard's got some nice colors on it. That's fun. Ooh, an ITX PC. Wi-Fi coming out the back. That's not bad. It's got a keyboard tray. That would be crazy to use. Little headphone action here. Okay. Interesting. This is inside his PC. Wow, it is tight in there. That must be a tough case to put everything in. You can't, yeah, pretty tight. I guess this is the other side, the PSU. This is the GPU. Ooh, very tight. Those are candles. Okay. That mouse pad is for my wife. It's close to 20 years old. Well, that's nice of her, but a Wally PC build? Oh, it's so tight in there, dude. That's so tough. Okay, that's what it looks like when it's on. That's so small. That is a very, very small. The necessity case. This is a very small case. The fact that you can fit a dedicated GPU in there is insane. Here's what it looks like when he takes it off. Wow, you even have room for a hard drive? Crazy. This has got the Thermalright low profile cooler. I think this is also a Thermalright high what is that called? High static pressure fan or something. It's an MATX case. I'm using all 3 PCIe slots. It looks tiny in the pictures. If it's MATX, I'm surprised. Interesting. 2 sticks of RAM. He's using all 3 PCIe slots. Look at that. Sheesh. And he's got a hard drive in there. Oh yeah, you're right. It is MATX. What am I talking about? It looks tiny. The slight bend in that GPU hurts me. Oh yeah, look at the. It's slight. It's fine. Noctua fans, the Redux series. That's right. Oh, and we've got for anyone young in the audience, this is what computers used to look like. They had these big holes in the front where you could just add in stuff because that's what they thought people wanted. Like, I needed a DVD drive, I need this thing, I need this thing, I need this thing. From Cooler Master, wow. Okay, let's read what he wrote. This is pretty interesting. I went from a 20-year-old Cooler Master Centurion to a Johnsbow C6 SFF. That's a Johnsbow? This was your old PC? It's just the cooler. No idea why it's like that. Okay. Wow, that's a big upgrade. Oh, he says, by the way, my cables. Very nice. Guys, take note. Look, he's even got a little tray under his desk to hold his cables, and he's properly cable managed them. And he put the little thing here. Very nice. This is something I wish all desks have, because what usually people end up doing is they just have to tape this power strip underneath this. And this is heavy and has things plugging into it. It really shouldn't be like that, right? Having a little inlet like this is super nice to put a little shelf just to put stuff on. Okay, let's see what he wrote. He went from that old Cooler Master, same specs, but different board. Same specs? Oh, was it just the case? The case. Ah, same specs, just new case and different board. Why are you using this? It's pretty unique, I will say that. So he uses a Ryzen 9 5900X. That's a big boy CPU. There are 64 gigs of RAM, That's CL18. I had 128, but I downsized because I couldn't buy a better MATX board at the time. I just used what I had lying around. Nice, that's fair. An RTX 4070. I deshrouded it because it needed to fit into the new case. I had 3mm of clearance. Ooh. That's why it looks like that, because he deshrouded it. So it's not actually bent. Oh, it's not bent. This is because he took the shroud off. Okay. Interesting. 6.5 terabytes of space, which is a 4 terabyte hard drive, 2 terabyte 970 Evo Plus, and a half a terabyte NVMe from SK Hynix. Nice. RM850X Cybernex Gold, a 1920 by 1200 Asus monitor from 10 years ago. Brother. Keyboard and mouse are a gift from my wife. They work really well. Good choice from her. Speakers were also a gift. I can tell. My setup is a mixed match of stuff given to me and hand-me-down parts. Missing IO shield because I couldn't be bothered to grab it out of the parts bin, roast away. By the way, I miss having an internal DVD drive. Only thing I miss about my old case is all the 5.25 and 3.5 inch bays. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. And these are candles, yeah. So he confirmed these are candles. So yeah, this case is significantly smaller than your old case. But you've made it work. And you did a good job of cable organizing. You've got a little shelf that's pretty nice to show off. You even got a special mount for your monitor. This is a very small desk. Maybe I'm just crazy. I forget how big desks are supposed to be. You have a 4070 and a 5900X. Okay? That's a high-end rig, just so we're clear. And you had 128 gigs of RAM before. That's a high-end rig. Why is your monitor so old? You can clearly afford something better. Monitors are not that expensive anymore. At 4070, you should have a 4070. You should have a 1440p monitor, or at least something newer and better. And you have it mounted like this, so you could even get a bigger one. Since you just had the one monitor, you probably want a bigger. You could probably fit a 32-inch on this just fine. It would look really nice. You clearly can afford nicer things, and monitors are not that expensive. I don't know. I'm just, that's like the one issue, that your monitor feels old, but it doesn't feel like it needs to be old. I think you need to get a new monitor, because your PC and everything else doesn't scream poverty. You know what I mean? Well, I got the 5900X on sale. The 4070 was free from a family member, but I am looking at 27-inch or 32-inch 4K monitor at the moment. Okay. I mean, 4K I think is a little overkill for your setup, but if you want to, that wouldn't be like that big a deal. 4K or 1440p. But yeah, I think you could certainly, it would certainly help your setup big time, because right now you're kind of doing a disservice to that your gear. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. Yeah, you need a newer monitor. No offense. True IC monitors on eBay new with 100 hertz upward for literally $50 brand new. 1080p at that too. Yeah, there's no reason why you should still have this monitor. If you really wanted to, let me tell you, if you really wanted to, you could keep this mount. Okay, put your main monitor right here, mount this second monitor over here, and have it angled to look at you. So then you have two monitors on this tiny desk, and it would be just fine. Or if you're a one monitor guy, you can just do that too. That's all good. At one point in the past, with my old case, I was using all 5.25 inch bays in all my PCIe slots. How could you be using 5? I don't understand. For what? Are you ripping DVDs? What could you use these for these days? It could be a good idea. I'm actually needing a secondary monitor for my recording stuff. I think you could do it. I don't even think you have to get a new desk. I think you just put your main monitor here and you can mount this one a little offset. Yes. Okay, so he is ripping stuff. Okay, that's fine. So overall, it's not a bad setup. What's on the ground? You got a little laptop bag. Your chair, nice. What is this? What's going on down here, buddy? I see a little. I see another computer. What's going on here? Why didn't you tell me this? Ryzen? G-Skill? You didn't even mention this. What are you trying to hide from us? And what carpet is this? How many threads is in there? You didn't even put that in. What is this? Oh, it's probably for sound stuff. Behringer. Yeah, probably sound stuff. But why would you need that if you're using Logitech speakers? These don't... Oh, it's for the headphones. Okay. Probably a headphone amp DAC thing or something. I don't know. You won't see as difference between a 1070 and that 4070 with an old monitor. That's how I also feel. Especially because I guarantee this is 60 hertz. Dude, you're paying for a 4070, but you can't even see past 60 hertz. That must be tough. Old case. I wasn't a fan of it. It's a Be Quiet Pure Bass 600. Why do you still have it? You just hang on to cases? I mean, I guess. They take up so much room, don't they? Yeah, stop hiding the core count of the carpet from us. We haven't even talked about the carpet. Tell us right now where you got this carpet. And how many threads does it have and how many cores does it have? Like, when I ask y'all to tell me everything, and then y'all only show me your computer and your desk and all your peripherals and everything else, and you don't even mention the carpet or which paint you use on your walls. What are we even doing here? I don't get it. Overall, I think it's an okay setup. It's pretty clean, but not too clean. You're clearly someone who you will use hand-me-downs, which is cool. But yeah, you need a monitor, man. With a nice monitor, if you had a new monitor and a new mouse pad, this might be a 9 out of 10. Like, truly. Because there's not much to roast. It's just, it is what it is, right? Yeah, I mean, that would be it. And no idea. That's my apartment complex. It is. Hey, it's better than me using a 5.4 Dell 1024 monitor. Yeah, I suppose. Is the chair comfy? Yeah, I guess. Is it comfy? Who will make the first carpet build? I bet the airflow will be problematic. Oh, that would be horrible, dude. Putting carpet inside your PC, that'd be psycho stuff. I can give you guys the full history of all my setups with all the specs. Maybe another time. I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing it, but I need to get to more setups. You can add it into the thread, and we'll check it out later. But overall, not a bad setup. Not bad at all. And I'm glad you showed us the old stuff too. And I'm glad you've cable organized. That looks pretty good. You've done a good job of keeping everything sane. And I can tell you live in the States. Right? I can just tell. Hopefully next month I'll get a new monitor. And yes, the chair is comfortable. I appreciate you looking at my system. I'm shocked you didn't roast the missing IO shield. Brother. We don't mind missing IO shields, okay? We don't mind. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's do Ronnie the Pigeon. That's the guy who deleted it. Let's do Dollar Dylan. So Dylan, last time he was here, he showed us his rig that was built in a Lenovo P520, which was based on a video that I made. And he said I think it was your first PC build at the time, right? And you really enjoyed it. And then I think in the past few months since then, you decided to go into a custom build. which is also cool. So he is transitioned from a kind of an office PC with a GPU slapped into it into a full-on custom build. So let's see what he's got here. We're gonna look at his pictures first. So bro is a Toasty Bros fan. It's even signed by them. It says "Stay Toasty." Oh my gosh. He's even got it, yeah, signed from the Toasty Bros themselves. Matt and Jack. Okay, all right. So this setup, I do remember the setup. Setup looks exactly the same for the most part. Other than the PC, I remember the Pac-Man stuff. I remember the Halo controller. Yeah, I remember the Nintendo stuff around it. I remember the desk because it's not a desk. This is like a piece of side furniture that he's manufactured into a desk. I do remember that. Hey, you got little figures inside your PC. Oh, it's a CyberPower PC. That's an interesting case. I don't think I've ever seen that case. Interesting. Whoa. Who's that? What the heck? It was my second. The first was an Optiplex from one of your videos. Oh, dude, nice. Massive respect to the Gears wallpaper. Oh, is that his Okay, so this is his wallpaper, his desktop. Nice. Okay. Let's see. NVIDIA app. What the heck? Battle.net. Girl Scout photos. Dylan, you're lucky I know you have children. Otherwise, I'd call the FBI. Okay, so this is a man who actually uses a computer for stuff other than gaming. Sure, he's got emulation, but he's also got work stuff. He's got family stuff. He's got tax stuff. Uses GOG Galaxy. It's pretty rare. You don't see that much. He's got all of his apps and stuff. Okay, so no actual games. He's more of a use a launcher and then get to the game kind of guy. And then he's got the Logitech C790. I can't remember. Just a guess. And his monitor is he's using the Creative Pebbles, very OG speakers. He's got a Nintendo Switch 2, very nice, hooked up right here. Next to this is a man who loves Nintendo and Ric Flair. This is Ric Flair. My wife is a scout leader, nice. I thought we called that a desk. No. There's a desk has places for your legs to go. A side table does not often have a place for your legs to go. There's a difference. I have the same webcam as him. It's a very popular webcam. That's why I remember the name of it. Very popular. For years and years and years. Everyone bought that. I like the compactness of Morningstars. Nice. Gonna head out. Have a good one, Morningstar. Thanks for submitting. Okay, the desk pad on point already, but the PC, Dylan leveling up. I'm like, WTF, it's clean. The PC does look pretty good. How do you know that he has legs, though? It's a writing desk. I don't think it is, Dylan. Okay, look. Dylan, can you please zoom out and show the desk? Can you please post one more? You don't have to do anything else. Just zoom out and let's see the legs. And here's my point, and this is not to roast Dylan. This is just something I see a lot. Okay, let's do this thick. How do you make it really thick? Okay, so here is what we would call a normal desk. Okay, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got your PC here, got your monitor, blah, 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 blah. Now notice, there is going to be significant room under the desk to put your legs. That's what Walmart said. No. I've used worse as desk. He's got it good. Okay, look. You know how I can tell it's not a real desk? It's because it has drawers right here. If your desk is at a normal sitting level, you shouldn't have drawers here because then your knees are going to hit them. You understand? Yes, this is me. I leaned back in my chair. Your knees are going to hit them. And so that's not a desk because he's using it as a desk. That's okay. I'm just saying it is not a desk. And so a lot of times what we'll see is people post side tables that are like this, and the legs are like something like this. Okay? This is absolutely not a desk because there's nowhere for your legs to go. Do y'all understand? Is it underneath where your knees go? How tall is the desk? But then if it's so tall that your knees if it's so tall that there is enough space to put your knees, then that means it's too tall for a desk. Okay? And so I see a lot of people, I don't think this is the case for this one, but they use stuff that looks like this, okay? Where the legs are interspiced because it's not designed for your legs to go under. But then people will use it as a desk, and that's okay, but it's just not a desk. My legs are under the desk now, and I am 6'2". Yeah, but you just drew a key. Look. Dylan posted a photo. Oh, wait, I gotta reset. I was like, wait a second, that's not it. Did you post it? Most PC desks are usually like 28 inches to 31 inches tall. If he fits, he sits. Of course. You can use whatever you want as a desk. Dylan, where did you post it? Oh, there we go. No way. Do you have to like move your chair down to get your legs in there? A mighty fine desk. Hey, what do you have a monitor on there, Dylan? What's this monitor for? Okay, we'll ignore the desk because the desk is not an issue. Let's look at the pictures. It's got, yeah, I remember all this stuff. Pretty good peripherals, accessories. Dylan's a big fan of merch, I suppose, or that kind of stuff. Nintendo boy. His PC is looking pretty clean. And he's even put some of his memorabilia inside of it. So what are those from? Interesting. Big change from the Office PCs, huh, Dylan? And DDR5? What are you, a millionaire? Okay. So, okay. So it was a pre-built. Okay. I do remember you talking about it. I don't remember if you actually bought it. Okay. So he bought a CyberPower pre-built. It has a Ryzen 5 8400F, an RTX 5060, the 8 gig variant, 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM, an A620 motherboard, a 650 watt power supply, and two 1 terabyte SSDs. Okay. D&D figs. Okay, cool. A 27-inch Kurui 1080p 165 hertz monitor. Nice. SteelSeries. Man, he's got SteelSeries everything. SteelSeries Apex 7 keyboard, Prime wireless mouse, and Artis Pro wireless headset. All right. Use an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller and an Xbox Series controller. Okay. Damn, aren't those Elite controllers expensive? Creative Pebble speakers. Nintendo Switch 2. Grandma desk. See, you knew it, and that's why you put it there. My wife says I'm a grown ass man and she won't have a quote unquote gamer desk in the living room. What the heck? What's a gamer desk? The GT racing chair, need a new one, hard on the back. And then the Toasty Bros desk, Matt, signed by Matt and Jackson. Nice. I can understand where your wife's coming from. No, I mean, not really, but the idea that like a desk has to be a gamer desk, like what's the difference if it's like a piece of wood and four legs, right? Does that make it a gamer desk? Because it's already a gamer desk. A gamer is playing games on it, and it's covered in Nintendo memorabilia. It's already a gamer desk. So she forces you to use a grandma desk. I don't know. That's interesting. I got this PC for $800 on Black Friday. That's a really good deal, actually. With the price of RAM, I practically got the PC for free, pretty much. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, like, it's using a lot of budget parts. Like the 5060 is not the 16 gig variant. The CPU is like the weaker AM4 one. PSU is small. Motherboard's a cheaper one. But even with all of that together, like 800 for a pre-built that's running DDR5 and has a warranty and all that, pretty not bad a deal. Then it's really no different than what I have. That's what I'm saying. Like, why having a normal desk wouldn't make it a gamer desk because it already is a gamer desk. You know what I mean? Like, you've already have a gaming desk. So for her to say that is interesting. Desk is desk. Length of desk, maybe. I suppose most desks are much bigger than this. Yeah, his basically just fits the mouse pad and like a little bit more. But hey, if it works. AM5, yeah, dude, that's a pretty good deal. I gotta say, comes with a warranty and everything. So yeah, it's pretty similar to what he showed us last year, but now he's using a pre-built and not an office PC. So kudos, Dylan. Congrats on the level up. How are you liking your new PC? Has it unlocked new levels of gamerdom for you? This isn't a hill worth dying on, you know? I understand. I get it. I did post a leg under desk. Dylan, your knees are hitting the desk. Look how far you have to sit. I mean, you can make it work, but are your arms floating when you play? It is many times more powerful than my old one. Yeah, for sure. I can imagine. And it's actually prime for upgrades in the future. If you ever like want more RAM, just put another stick in, or if you need a better CPU, something like it's a prime PC that's like ready for upgrades. Unlike the other ones, like the other ones you couldn't really upgrade at all. This one, like you can piecemeal upgrades over time, which is pretty cool. I need a 1440p monitor now. That would be a nice upgrade too. Yeah, I think that would. And if you're only gonna get one, maybe make it like a 32 inch or 27 inch is still fine. But yeah, it depends. Not really problematic on space if he uses a controller a lot. I can see that. I can see that. If you're playing with a controller and you're like leaning back, it's whatever. Maybe I'm just picky about desks. Maybe one of those KT's monitors that you did a video on. Those are pretty nice, actually. If you can find them on sale, I'd say, yeah, go for it. Dylan, you have Bing as a bookmark? All right. Oh, it's a live video. Did you know that? If you download videos from Discord that were live videos, they stay live? I had no idea. You have Bing as a bookmark? That RAM is $360. I wanted to upgrade, not worth it. Wow. That's pretty nuts. You have the Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation official sites on your bookmarks? That's interesting. This guy's a gamer. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Oops. That's the other guys. Come on, come on. Virtual library. I'm surprised you have Bing. Do you use Bing stuff? Damn. What? This guy is chopped up. My God. Bing points allow me to use points to spend money I don't have to talk to the wife about. I see. I've heard about the Bing point stuff before. It's a high resolution photo. 4,000 by 3,000? The heck? So far, it's a cozy setup. That's a good word I would use to describe it. Yeah, it's pretty cozy. Yeah, congrats, Dylan. Congrats on the glow up. Looks good. I still use a controller mostly. Nice. Yeah, I can see you got two controllers. You got the elite one too. Yeah, Samsung phone, baby. There you go. It was 3,000 by 4,000 resolution. My goodness. Pretty good. Okay, I think we got one more. All right, this is from Rockstar Made. And his name is all messed up. Rockstar Made, are you here? I have a Series X and a PS5 too. Okay, gotcha. Man, bro has every console. Yeah, all the classic consoles. Okay. This is a confusing photo. I still am a console guy mostly. No shame in that. Okay, I see an AMD stock cooler. I see an XFX GPU here. What is that? Is that dripping hot glue? Bro, your PC is haunted. It looks like there's blood in it. Ugh. This is the worst picture I've ever seen. What is this? It's haunted. I'm like, you post 3 photos and these are the first 2. I see a de-shrouded webcam, a light up keyboard, a corner of a monitor. What the heck? Use Microsoft Edge? Crazy. Again, we can't see anything in your photos, dude. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I see a monitor. I see I guess what is a keyboard and a mouse. I see this haunting image. It looks like it came from a horror movie. Okay, he says I have an RX 7600 XFX GPU with a Ryzen 5 2600X CPU. Okay, that's an interesting pairing. 6 cores at 1080p. Bit of a bottleneck also with 16 gigs of RAM. Okay, so this is a budget PC. So he's using a very low powered 7600 with a Ryzen 5 2600. Big gap there, but probably an iPhone user. But yeah, very budget build, and he's using 16 gigs of RAM. So this is a budget build for sure. Oh, guys, y'all didn't even tell me the music stopped. I totally forgot. I wasn't paying attention. Lights off gamer, very cool. And that's fine, but for photos, turn on your damn lights. Man, is this what YouTube is like without premium? To be fair, I use Edge as well, but that's because Chrome hates me and Firefox is cursed on all my systems. What does it mean Chrome hates you? Man, YouTube is tough without premium. Just looking at an ad here is crazy. So it's a budget build. Is that a curved monitor? I think it's curved. Or he's using the 0.5, but I think it's curved. It's a 1080p monitor. It's a bit of a bottleneck. I don't know. I give it a dark out of 10. I can't see anything, brother. I had to turn my lights up for my photos. I usually play in an almost pitch black room. Yeah, most people do, and I understand that. But for photos, you gotta turn the lights on. I get most people play in the dark, and that's cool. But if you notice, Morningstar has lights in his room. Dylan has lights in his room. I mean, Dylan's not even like the brightest room in the world, but he just turned on the lights and that was enough. Like, that's all you got to do. This, what am I supposed to do with this? Chrome would often crash for no reason. For the last 23 years of me being alive, Chrome just never works right for me. That's interesting. Yeah, sorry, Rockstar mate. I just can't see what's going on. I'm glad you're using a budget build because that's fun, but kind of hard to see your setup. It looks relatively normal, I suppose. I don't know what is that. A webcam? Pretty budget setup. But it's cool. I'm glad you're making it work. That's what I can say. I think that's all of them. Let's look at the ones from last time. Here's Ant-Man's old setup before he was in the closet. Oh, this is what the desk looked like before you... Wait, does this have those drills in it? I think you conveniently covered them in this one. Let me see Reluctant Hero's old one. Oh, here's Dylan's old setup. Yeah, see, very, very similar. Oh, but he has you have the computer up here now. That's nice. Yeah, this is Dylan's old PC. Still a banger. I love the P520. They went up in price recently, which kind of sucks. But I think everything went up in price, unfortunately. Oh, I remember this guy's. Okay. Well, thank you to everyone who posted their computers, your setups. Appreciate it. It's pretty fun. We haven't done this in since March of last year. Maybe I should do it like every 6 months to a year or something, and just get people's update. How often do you roast your viewers? This is the second time, and the first time was about a year ago, or 10 months ago. So yeah. I'm thinking maybe we do it like every year or something. That sounds fun. Good work, everyone. Yeah, I will say the level of the level has gone up. I would say last time we saw a lot of cool systems for sure, but we also saw a lot of trashy ones too. This time I feel like the game has been leveled up. Everyone's is pretty good. I always like seeing other people's setups. A lot of people are way more creative than me. I've learned that too. For me, I don't get too crazy with it. And then I'm like, yeah, this is really good. And then I see other people and I'm like, that's way better, man. How can I even compete with that? Let me get rid of this. Let me unpin this. Cannot. I am the only one who hasn't spotted since I don't have anything to roast. 2026 is cooking me. Sam, do you play games at all? On a console, on a handheld, on your phone? Take a picture of where you sit when you do that. And then submit it. Are you going to show your setup? I have in the past. I've done complete videos on it. I wish I could show it right now. It kind of moves around too much to show it and be like, this is the definitive way I do it. I think my webcam cable is too short right now to show it, but let me see. There's the computer. There's the monitor. There's a second monitor. Here's my desk mount. Okay. This is where I put all my trash, like my drinks. No, this is a second monitor that I have here because I do my benchmarks here. So I'll put a computer here, plug it in here, have a mouse, keyboard and stuff, and then I do all my benchmarks here, and it runs into my computer so I can record on my computer, but then they're running off this. So yeah. I'll show more next time, but the cable I'm using on my webcam is very short right now. I gave the P520 to my daughter. Nice. She went from that Optiplex with the i7 8700 with an RX 6400 4 gig, and now has the Xeon W2135 with the RTX 3060 12 gig. She got a glow up too. Yeah. Do daddy hand-me-downs. That's the proper way to do it. You will see some weird and cursed stuff with mine next time, most because of all the recording stuff and the PC I record with. I used to do it. I see. That's cool. I look forward to the cursed stuff. That's the kind of stuff we like to see. You could be playing an NES. Hold on. You could be playing an NES on the ground and you'd still be doing it right. Gamers will always find a way. Exactly. Show us the ground that you sit at, and we will. It's fine. I mostly play mobile games on my bed. Okay, it's still the same desk with my laptop. The only change is I have a comfy red chair to fit my big back. That's it. Okay, that's fine. What's wrong with that? Post that. But yeah, I feel you. I am thinking about using the Optiplex as a media server. The only thing that gives me pause is it's a SFF. It only has room for one hard disk drive. Oh, I see. I mean, not every media server has to have redundant hardware. I'll be straight with you, Dylan. Like, if you can always re-download it, you know what I mean? If something goes wrong with the hard drive, you can always just re-download the stuff. It might be better than having to buy a completely second thing. Like, just put one hard drive in it, make it kind of a big one, 8 terabytes, maybe 10 if you want, and then just use that. I think that's the way to do it. My media server was only on one hard drive for years, and it wasn't until I started this YouTube channel that I started using redundant data. And to be honest, if I could now, I wouldn't care about having redundant stuff for my media, because whatever. Just re-download it. It'd be annoying for sure, but you know, the important stuff is backed up. So can FIFA 26 be on Steam Deck? I have no idea. Why not? I'm actually not sure. FIFA 26 on Steam Deck. Oh, it needs the EA app? Yeah. It's blocked. All the current EA Sports games are blocked on Linux. Interesting. So yeah, so the only way to do it is you would need to install Windows on your Steam Deck. Unfortunately. Yeah. And then you could do it. Yeah, the anti-cheat. Yep. So Windows on your Steam Deck, unfortunately. I do use my PC at a much higher resolution often. We have a 4K TV in the living room I hook up to a few days a week. My 47 isn't going to waste too often. But you clearly, dude, I just don't get people. You clearly have the money. You know what I mean? How long have you been using that 1080p monitor? I feel like that would be the first thing. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just surprised. Whenever you see someone like, and you can tell like their rig is like pretty budget, you're like, okay, they can't afford a better monitor, but I feel like you could. I don't feel like you're that hard up. So I'm just confused. I'm just surprised that you haven't done it sooner. My NAS is only one hard drive right now, just a basic 1 terabyte. Yeah, totally. Not you. I think people think like, and I know I'm part of this too. You watch content creators and they show off their huge home media stuff and their like home servers and all of that, and they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hard drives, and you think like, I can't have a NAS unless I have that. It's not true, dude. I ran a NAS on one hard drive for years, and I ran, it was not redundant at all. It was just there, and I knew I was taking a risk, but the PC I was using only had one slide, just like the one Dylan said he might use, and that's just how it is. And if I was only running it as a media server, I would still do that to this day. That's just how it is. Nothing wrong with that. Amazon has nice KTC 1440p monitors on sale right now between $150 and $180. That's a great deal. KTC monitors are surprisingly good. A lot of these kind of cheaper end Chinese manufacturers are starting to get really good at their monitors. Like, they don't feel like, I remember back in my day, you'd see budget TV monitors or TV manufacturers like Emerson. You know what I mean? Like, there were like companies that you're just like, okay, I know these are garbage, right? And because you don't know the name. Nowadays, some of the Chinese ones are pretty good. I had a really nice 1440p LG Ultra Gear at one point that got broken in a freak accident. Act of God, basically. It was almost $600 at the time. Haven't bothered to replace it. Okay, so that makes more sense. Seems like a lot of stuff in your life is act of God, Morningstar. Like Chrome doesn't work on you. Firefox, just act of God. Your monitor breaks in a freak accident. Everything okay? Is everything okay at home? But yeah, see, that makes more sense. Saying I had a monitor, I just haven't bothered to replace it. Okay, that's totally understandable. I believe they're the ones you did content on. Yeah, I've done some videos on KTC. They did pretty good stuff. The KTC one I had, you could do 4K at 120 hertz, I think, or 160. And then if you wanted to do 1080p, you could do up to like 320 hertz or something. So it was really cool. You could do 4K for like normal gaming stuff. And then when you wanted to play esports with really high refresh rates, you could switch to that at 1080p. It's pretty cool. I've heard a lot of the KT stuff is pretty good price to performance. I feel that way too. I'm cursed, but yeah, home life is good. Thankfully good. Is it a bad idea to play PC games on my TV? No, not at all. No problem with it. Freak accident, act of God, own doing. All the same thing, really. Of course, I kid. Okay, guys, it's been almost 3 hours, so I am going to call it there. Thank you to everyone who put in your PC setups. I really appreciate it. This was super fun. Next stream, I don't know when it'll be, but I'll probably be building a PC, so that'll be pretty cool. Again, I don't like to do these streams too often, maybe once a month, every few weeks, just when I have something to show. Upcoming videos, I have a sponsored video coming up, which is on a digital calendar thing. Because I've been using one in my kitchen for a long time. So I thought, okay, this will be interesting enough, but it's going to get low views because it's like not my purview, but I do have some pretty cool stuff coming up. It'll be really fun. So thank you, everyone. Thanks. Appreciate it. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for coming. Yes. And I'm going to plan some Discord hangouts. Probably some gaming nights. So join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll plan it. Thanks for reminding me, Dylan.